Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our major stories. The President suspends Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Director General of the National Intelligence Agency over corruption allegations. The President also orders a strong team led by the Vice President to investigate how the NIA obtains custody of the 13 billion naira recovered from Osborne Towers in Ikoyi. Flights resume at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja after 5.8 billion naira is spent on repairing the damaged runway. And China warns of nuclear threats as tension rises in the peninsula between the US and North Korea over nuclear armament. Just a quick reminder that for more on our top stories and others, please visit our website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have the Eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Indeed, we have some of your pictures and we can share them with you. Let's start with this one from Ueli and Patani, Port Harcourt Highway, showing a motorist and a man alleged to be a policeman. The next one shows another motorist and an alleged policeman in a compromising position. Our eyewitness reporter who sent this in from Patani local government area says this act is common on that route and he's calling on the relevant authorities to stop this practice. Here's one from Lokoja Abuja Road. It shows fire and thick smoke, which our eyewitness reporter says is from a head-on collision between two vehicles. Back home in Lagos comes our final picture from a BRT bus station in the Ikorodu area of the state. It shows stranded commuters waiting for the bus. And our eyewitness reporter wants the Lagos state government to look into the plight of commuters from that part of the town. Thanks a lot for all your pictures and contributing to the news from wherever you are. The management of Aero Contractors has been explaining the circumstances surrounding the smoke on its flight from Port Harcourt to Lagos. The cabin was said to have been covered in smoke as it took off from Port Harcourt yesterday evening. The terrified passengers were seen praying frantically in the videos, which were recorded by some passengers that have gone viral. The airline's managing director, Captain Adu Sanusi, told our aviation correspondent that the smoke originated from the cargo section of the aircraft and got into the cabin through the air conditioning system. He said the pilot landed safely and that the plane is due for a flight test. The Army has launched a special military operation codenamed Operation Haribin Kunama, aimed at flushing armed bandits in the southern part of Kaduna State out. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukuru Buratai, who launched the operation along with the State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, says the operation, which is being carried out in 6 states in the northwest and north central region, will restore peace and security to southern Kaduna and other neighboring states where the armed bandits have been carrying out a series of attacks. Governor El-Rufai, while commending the army for the intervention, also stressed the need for people of the area to tolerate each other, irrespective of their ethno-religious differences.
The launch of Operation Haribin Kunama by the Nigerian Army follows the constant attacks by gunmen suspected to be herdsmen that have left hundreds of people dead in southern Kaduna. A guard mounted by 1 division troop paying compliments on the host governor and the army chief. The guests take a tour of the facilities through the information unit, asking for the cooperation of all concerned. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Buratai, says the 1-month-long operation will enable the troops to comb the areas and flush out all the criminals from their hideouts.
from now up to 20th of May, the exercise will be going on, and the troops will go into all the nooks and crannies of this area, go into the hills and valleys, and to fish out all those criminals that are hiding, either the bandits or the cattle rustlers or other criminal elements, including the kidnappers, and to fish them out.
We are also now even more grateful and excited about this operation because it will enable the clearance of bandits that cross borders to come and perpetrate mayhem. This operation is being carried on simultaneously across several states, such that the bandits have no hiding place.
The operation also has the support of the traditional institution as they express hope that peace will soon return to the area.
They have marshaled out their plan, and I think they will follow it religiously. And we, on our part, the civil society, we will help them with sensitization, awareness. The military has started on a very right footing by bringing the military and the civil society together, and that's a very good one.
Similar operations were carried out successfully in Bauchi and Zamfara states, where armed bandits and cattle rustlers held sway. With the launch of Operation Harbin Kunama by the army, there are high hopes that the end of the long rage in southern Kaduna may perhaps be in sight.
Let's take the conversation further now. I'm being joined by a retired Army Colonel Officer, Colonel Yomi Dare. Thank you so much for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you.
All right, now you've seen this new operation, or we hope to see it come on stream. Is this the latest option now, this military option, to the issue that we have going on in southern Kaduna? Is this the kind of strong hand that we need?
Well, thank you very much for having me on board here, Joma. There's no doubt that the situation in southern Kaduna has gone out of hand. I mean, there's been a lot of lives have been lost, properties, and what have you. And then there has been also, passing of buck. Everybody's saying one person is responsible, the other person is responsible. So I think it's high time a pragmatic action or decision is taken. And I think this is a right step in the right direction here. I'm aware that this exercise is not only going to be for Kaduna State alone, it's going to cut across even up to Kano and some other states in the north, because I understand the 1st Division, 1 Division, and 3rd Armored Division in Jos, and the Special Forces are going to get on board and ensure that they really make an impact and bring some sanity into this society. In
terms of the impact that they're going to bring on board, it seems no one seems to be able to figure out where these attackers come from until they're there. And then in the same vein, they disappear into the bushes, no one knows where they go. So if the military is going to come out and do this, how do you suggest that they should handle this sort of circumstance beyond just chasing after them? What do you think?
Yeah, one thing I'm going to suggest to the military authorities in this point in time is to ensure that they deal decisively with these hoodlums.
Yeah, but how?
And they should also ensure that the profile, because definitely some arrests is going to be made. So they should profile them. At the end of the day, they will be able to unmask who these people are, who they are. Because there has been stories that some of these headsmen from across the border, and they are not Nigerians. But again, you find out that they are armed. In the first place, how did they come about these arms? I mean, you imagine the cost of a rifle. I mean, it's no peanuts. So there's need at this point in time to profile the arrested ones among them and then find out who are their sponsors.
Then in terms of how we're going to do this moving forward, indeed they talk about flushing them out of the forest where they're supposed to be or into the bushes where they run into. How do you stop them coming back in? Because you find that the piece isn't lasting and then it comes up again. Is that the missing link, the profiling that you're talking about? Is it just about getting them out. But then how do you then ensure that it doesn't come up again? I think that's the issue.
Well, talking about not coming up again, I think this is where the Minister of Interior should just sit up, and then specifically the Immigration Service. They should ensure that people, bear their true identity. I mean, if you are a foreigner, you must carry your valid documents. And if you are a Nigerian, again, that probably brings to fore the issue of the moribund national identity card. So it's high time that Nigerians, people should carry their identity cards. So once because every time you hear the banks, they are doing the BVN. I mean, there's other agencies, so many
data collection.
Data collection. So it's time that we harmonize this data, And I think the Immigration Service should be a good point of collection for data harmonization.
All right, Colonel Yomidare, thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts with us on this issue on the News at 10 tonight.
Thank you so much.
In the meantime, the Benue State government has faulted the insecurity claims in the state by the opposition People's Democratic Party and alleged a plot by the ruling All Progressives Congress to rig the June the 3rd local government election. The Commissioner of Information and Orientation, Mr. Lawrence Onoja, accused the recent PDP caucus meeting of underhand practices.
Many are the issues of insecurity in Benue State, ranging from the persistent herdsmen attacks to the alleged criminal activities of Benue's most wanted gang leader, Tewasi Akwanza. The federal and state government has on many occasions deployed troops to contain both security threats caused by the alleged suspects, with evidence of recovered arms and some arrests. The State Publicity Secretary of the Makafi-led PDP believes the security concerns in the state is self-inflicted.
Right inside the Autonomous administration, you have functionaries, commissioners, advisors, chief security officer, your administrators appointed under this administration, standing trial for murder. So it means the administration itself is harboring a nest of killers within its rank.
Herdsmen attacks on some local governments in Benue State predates this present administration. And in fact, parts of the local government of the immediate past governor was overrun by militant herdsmen. The former Senate President chose to inform his audience that due to the Governor Samuel Otom's proactive response and reaching out to the federal government, Mr. President ordered the immediate deployment of a police special tactical team to Benue State to tackle the criminal elements at the heat of the unfortunate attacks on some Benue communities.
The PDP believes it will return to power, warning against rigging. But the Commissioner of Information thinks otherwise.
PDP is definitely heading for victory in the 3rd June local government elections. And that is why we are saying that we know very well that you are not in a position to win this election. So do not tamper with the votes that will be cast in the favor of the PDP, because we will not accept that. And we will also not need to tamper with anybody's vote.
It is curious that the same party that was rejected massively by the people in the last election, largely on account of their inability to rig the elections as usual, would now be prematurely warning about election rigging when the people know clearly that the PDP had survived in office all these years, having perfected the art of rigging and intimidation of the electorates.
As both political parties approach the June 3rd local government elections, which was last held in 2012, internal security of lives and property must be a priority in their agenda.
When the News at 10 returns, World Bank says Nigeria and 2 others to witness economic rebound in 2017. That's on Business. Please stay with us.